Man, when you're looking at the top floor boss of crash house like Bloodhound Q50, you probably rooted for his career and hoped the best because he was able to take a terrible situation and turn it into something positive with a rap career. But it's looking like, unfortunately, his past tendencies of moving terrible might have apparently caught up to him.
Let's check on Q50, man. They done parked this shit down there.
Fucking Jeff ass right now.
Never popped nobody that famous before. It's my first time.
After a crazy shootout in St. Louis, Missouri, that many are saying that he was a victim of. Now, there hasn't been actual news articles that have come out and said otherwise, but it's a pretty crazy situation with ops pretty much dissing him, acting as if he was hit up. This dude Q50 is like a roaming op, bruh. He really out here with interstate gang wars that apparently got him hit up in a St. Louis area hospital. You might wonder, how could a rapper who's from a city like Chicago, which is like hundreds of miles away, be into it with people from St. Louis to the point where they want to hunt him down after a club appearance and air out his SUV? I mean, if you look at dude's history with other rappers in the area, we could see a completely crash out trajectory filled with robbing people and bragging about it, to disrespecting local rappers and drill disses. You know, Q50 pretty much took his antics from Chicago and brought them to the 7th most dangerous city in the world, and unfortunately might have paid the price. So today we got to get into the deadly beef that got Bloodhound Q50 possibly hit up in St. Louis, and the ongoing deadly beef that he has with many rappers within the area, and how it connects to the Chirac drill scene. Honestly, right now, we're gonna get into it right now, but before we do, gang, I'm gonna need you to do something for me, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 30k subs. Make sure if you're watching this video, man, hit that subscribe button because we on the road to 30k subs, man. Make sure you tap into that merch at staysafeworld.com and hit that notification bell so whenever I post, y'all are tuned in right away. So let's get into this with chapter 1, because if we explain why the beast actually went down from the jump and all his beasts in Chicago, it would honestly make a lot more sense how we got to this point. Let's get into it. Coming from a city like Chicago, Illinois, that is often used as an example of rampant gun violence, people like Bloodhound Q50 probably think that other places can't compare to the constant destruction that goes on from where he's from. In actuality, the city of St. Louis is nowhere to play, bro. Like, Chicago is the major city with the most murders, so you gotta keep that in mind. It's a huge city. It's the 3rd biggest city in the country. Yes, 805 murders in 2024 is a lot, but you got to keep in mind the metro area has a population of 9.4 million. So per capita, it has a murder rate of about 16. So 16 in every 100,000 have a chance of getting shot. So St. Louis, on the other hand, makes Chirac look like the Hamptons. They really got the 3rd of the total metro population, and they straight up got a murder rate per capita of 69, bruh. Like, every 100,000 person in the city is 69% more likely to get gunned down. That's insane. The murder rate is legit the 7th highest murder rate, not in the country, but in 2023 it had the 7th highest murder rate in the goddamn world. Bro, at least Chicago got shit to do. Even when you're poor, you got more money than the average person in St. Louis, bro. Yo, on some personal shit, the one person that I know from St. Louis had to leave the damn city after her house was shot up, and I'm sure that's not the only person that that's happened to. So what the fuck would drive someone to crash out and be this much of a crash out against real STL demons? Well, it takes someone like Q50 to be that bold, because if you just look at his history in the city of Chicago, it pretty much speaks for itself. I swear, bro, this new generation of Chirac drill artists blowing up right now like Bloodhound Q50 don't even rap anymore. Their songs are like slam poetry with murder confessions described in painfully clear detail. Being from a set of black disciples called Drill City and a subset known as 079 Bloodhound from the 79th and Maryland area, Q50 has had a crazy past couple of years. He initially blew up being the cousin and close collaborator with Bloodhound Lil Jeff, aka Lil Jeff Dahmer, Chicago's most infamous new gen shooter. 50 was allegedly along the ride with them. Unfortunately, Jeff would be gunned down while him and Q50 were sliding on their ops allegedly called Trap City. Even before this, Q50 has been known for rapping extremely incriminating lyrics to another gang called 9-5 Mob, where he pretty much claimed the hat for their beloved member Boogie in a broad day McDonald's shooting. Apparently, rumors basically pinned 9-5 Mob stealing something from the Bloodhounds, but like most beasts in Chicago, it doesn't really matter how things started, it just really matters how things escalate. Well, one day in November 10th, 2022, an OG from the 9-5 mob named Rodney Stone, who also went by Boogie, was visiting a McDonald's with his mother and brother on 95th Street. A quick family outing for some burgers quickly escalated into a broad daylight shooting when a white Infiniti pulled up in the parking lot and two gunmen began shooting at the family.
And they got shot and he went running back into McDonald's, and a CTA bus operator caught him as he fell. One ran around the back by the Maxwell Street hot dog stand and he succumbed to his injuries. He fell.
Thursday night, crews boarding up the windows of this McDonald's on 95th Street, just off the Dan Ryan, where police say a woman and two men were shot.
Apparently a car pulled up with an individual who opened and shot.
The brother was shot in the back, but he survived when he ran inside. The mother was shot in the arm, but she also survived. However, Boogie was not very lucky because when the shooters came, he tripped and fell and they shot him multiple times as he was the intended target. He would later die at the scene. This shooting was so brazen that not long after this McDonald's would board up his windows and close for good. It's also crazy because this murder would actually tie into a relationship that he had with another St. Louis artist named CTS LUH WICK, who literally just posted and trolled Bloodhound Q50 getting shot just minutes ago. You see, CTS LUH WICK, the YC, apparently is super tight with YFG Fatso, a rapper who signed to OTF, who has close ties with 9-5 Mob. Honestly, that's just the least crazy beef situation within the St. Louis ops situation that we got going on. And we're going to get into it deeper into the next chapter because it has to do with a lot of what happened in the aftermath of the alleged shooting. Man, imagine people literally posting that you robbed someone for $60K worth of jewelry and then decided to book a show in his city not even a month after. It makes no sense, but this is exactly what happened with Q50. I guess he looked back on the type of shit him and Bloodhound Lil Jeff would do. You know, they were known for going around and robbing people and literally smoking people who robbed them. So they pretty much just tried it in St. Louis. Back several months ago, he would be posting on IG flexing what looked like a stolen jewelry and would look like posting a sneak diss by posting this STL rapper named Mullah Mitch song underneath it. He'd also post an IG story with the same thing and pretty much was begging the ops to feel some type of way. That's why it was crazy when he would promote a concert at a venue in Washington Park, Illinois, which is literally feet away from the border with Missouri and is pretty much in St. Louis. So imagine posting up in your ops hood after robbing someone, you know, robbing one of the people that also make music. On top of the fact that it seems like more beef from another angle was apparently taking place at the same time from CTS LUH WICK. CTS LUH WICK at one point said he listened to Q50's music, but things look like they took a turn into the wrong direction when Bloodhound Q50 had issues with YFG Fatso. I previously spoke on Bloodhound Q50 having problems with 9-5 Mob, which is a close ally to YFG Fatso. On top of this, Bloodhound Q50 signed to NLMB and had close ties to NLMB members as their hoods are allied. Just a couple months ago, we just reported a mass shooting that took place at NLMB member Mellow Buck's release party in Chicago.
We start with new information on the deadly River North mass shooting. The gunman targeted people as they stood outside the Artist Lounge where an album release party had just wrapped up for Chicago rapper Mellow Bucks. We have live team coverage on the River North mass shooting, starting with CBS News Chicago investigator Tara Molina, who has the latest on the investigation. Tara.
Erica, police have confirmed this shooting that left 2 men and 2 women in their 20s dead was not random. This was a targeted shooting. I asked the Chicago police superintendent about concerns that this incident was gang-related, with corresponding concerns about retaliation. Take a look at your screen. This new video shows the moment the car drove up to Artist Lounge at Chicago and Franklin, the people inside firing guns. You can actually see the flashes of light from the gunfire. We've blurred the images of the victims. The calls for help started coming in around 11, with 18 people shot, 4 of them killed.
Hey, squad, we need more ambos out here. We don't have nearly enough.
The venue targeted, according to police. We know the crowd was leaving the album release party for Chicago-born rapper Mellow Bucks. Her new album, Hollyhood. She confirmed on social media many of the people hurt were her friends.
This wasn't some random shooting where someone just decided that they were going to shoot at this particular group of people.
Chicago police said around 11 p.m., a dark vehicle drove past the building in the 300 block of West Chicago Avenue, where 3 people from inside fired shots into a crowd of people standing on the sidewalk. The crowd was there to just leave Artist Lounge following an album release for Mellow Bucks. Multiple people died. YFG Fatso went on to troll, literally like making fun of everything that went there.
You talk about Adam down, put his ass in the wood too. Hey, what? We gotta go get like 5 red lighters real quick.
Surely Q50 would go on to diss YFG Fatso, and video would release of early altercations where YFG Fatso would be pressed by Bloodhound members like Rel Burt. It's safe to say that this complex web of beefs had CTS LUH WICK pitching in size and pretty much dissed Bloodhound, posting a story saying he was smoking that Bloodhound Lil Jeff pack and smoking Lil Scoom, which in turn would have Q50 respond with that story where he's flexing the jewelry, and he would actually say this is for him smoking Lil Scoom, or saying that he was doing that, bruh. So currently there's no news report or anything that actually has gone on with this incident, but it's safe to say that regardless if there was a shooting or not, there's an ongoing crazy beef where people in St. Louis are taking it upon themselves and joining in on beefs from Chicago for literally no reason whatsoever.
Right now.
Like picking sides, even though they probably barely even know these people. So what exactly do you expect to come from this? Probably getting robbed. Someone's probably going to get shot. It's a sad thing to say, and hopefully Bloodhound Q50 is okay. But regardless of him being okay or not, it seems like he's going to keep making these moves in the city of St. Louis. Keep pulling up for the clout. Keep pulling up regardless if he's okay. If he's not okay, then obviously maybe he won't. But the fact that he pulled up even after robbing someone and had all this beef, bro had more beef that was active in the city of St. Louis than he did in Chicago, man. But hey, let me know what y'all think about this, man. Real say shit. You already know what's going on. Like, comment, subscribe, gang. Peace.